Hi, welcome to another episode of Slay with me, Leigh M. Clark. Today I am joined by a goddess enigma. Ilona Roytman is joining us from California today. And to describe what she is, it's everything from the outside to the inside in terms of transformation. So she not only does beautiful, beautiful hair and beauty and makeup for celebrities and otherwise, but she also does full soul transformations, heavily invested in continuing to learn from greats. She just came back from a very motivational thing, which I'm going to ask her about. But she believes that you can really change from the inside out. And so when I met her, love the fact that she will do your hair and then transform you at the same time, or do your makeup and transform you at the same time. Because I don't even like giving my hands away for the manicure. Like I have stuff to do. So to sit idle and feel like not productive or not as productive as I'd like to be. So to do that deep transformational work, I thought that was so badass, so different. So I'll let you tell your own story, but she's in the process of building what is Cleo's Palace, right?
Cleo
Cleo
Palace, based
Palace.
on
And
Cleopatra.
so, yeah, and so currently finding that location, getting the right people at the table to help support that vision, but really going all in where beauty and internal transformation are not separate projects, a place where you really get all in one. And I love that. The ADHD generation also loves that. So welcome to the show.
Thank you, Lee, so much for your introduction. And I'm super excited to be part to spread my vision on this world because I've been so excited to transform more people. My journey started, when I was very, very young, and I always knew that there was something more that I could impact people's lives. And it started off with doing hairstyling, and as the years went by, I've always like had people in my chair where they were like, "Oh my God, I will pay you for therapy. Here is for the haircut, and here's for the therapy." And people, I always had a gift of making people very comfortable. And then my intuition started growing, and so is my skill. And then I learned how to, I spent 5, 6 years in coaching, doing transformational leadership trainings globally. And then the gifts started expanding. And that's where, like, now I'm like, okay, how do I combine both and take it to the next level?
And I love that. I love that you're so focused on transformation that you yourself are also putting yourself through the same things. Like you walk the walk and you talk. And
Yeah.
that you're also, so tell me last week, we haven't caught up. I love her. And so I wanted to go like straight into the podcast. So I haven't asked a lot of questions. So to catch everyone up, she has been going through her own personal transformation and trying to sharpen the saw too for her clients and to continue to learn and expand her gifts and knowledge. Came back from a really fun conference. So tell us about where you were, what it was like, tell me all about it.
Yeah, so I've been putting myself out in a lot of communities and how to expand. And I came across 10X conference in Miami with Grant Cardone because I'm stepping into a huge different mission, like I want to go huge. I've never played this big in my life. So being in a conference where they teach you how to 10X everything, how to do the sales, create the great team, how to have focus. So for me, it was more like learning how to, from the beginning, when Cleo Palace opens, how I structure it so it 10x's right away so I could start rebranding other locations and going forward. But it starts with yourself, right? It's setting up goals, targets. Most important thing I learned is like targets everything, right? Like I always manifest, I do this, and that's great because it helped me get to where I am right now. But now it's time to start, with a goal and having that concrete goal, and then learn how to attract the right people, how to interview them, how to create a beautiful team of like-minded people, and then, you know, focus out how to expand and scale. And so it was beautiful to be in a room with people that all want to grow together and partner. And this has been my biggest thing lately. Like I've always done everything alone, and I thought I was powerful enough. But now I came to a conclusion that the world is a bigger place and you can do more with a community and the good people around you. So that's been
And
really,
let me tell you from firsthand experience, like we rise by lifting others 100%. And the biggest superpower I have is the women I've connected with and poured into generously. And
yeah.
then when something comes up and I have an idea, like we're launching like a fashion thing, and I know somebody who's a designer because of the San Francisco book. And so just that network, and never really expecting anything from anyone, just trying to really pour into others. And I see that in you, and I see how you show up. And that's why, even recently, I know you just did a celeb photo shoot for the girl who has the best laugh. Like if we were doing like high school senior superlative, you guys know Chanel from like, what's it called?
Chanel
Ridiculousness.
West Coast. Yeah.
Yeah, Chanel West Coast.
Yeah.
Chanel West Coast from Ridiculousness. The one who's always like, that one. We love her.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I saw you were on site and you were styling. So tell us about that.
Oh, that was incredible because, right away the producer was like, oh, say this, do this, like, don't do this. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to feel her out and see what she wants, because the best thing is to build trust first and
Yeah.
be with somebody like new that doesn't know how I do makeup, how I do hair. I asked her, she called me and I was like, well, what would you like me to do? What would make you comfortable? And she's like, I want to do my own makeup. And I said, okay, do your own makeup while I do your hair. But then when it's time, I'll pump it up for you. And then, as the process went and she got really comfortable with me, I just knew what to present to her that would make her laugh or make her comfortable. So it was a very easy, fun process, and that's what I love to do is make people trust me enough that they could see that, I'm there to help them, not to build my own ego.
Right. Right. And that's like one of my prerequisites for the series is I don't deal with the ego people. They're not for me. I'm with the people who our generosity of spirit, who are trying to transcend, who are trying to be the positive vibe in the room. Like I'm looking for the 8.0 plus on the energetic scale. I want to see people who are humble and real, but also people who have lives that other people, can relate to and relating to the struggle. So you wrote a chapter for Slaying Los Angeles. What was that experience like for you? What was it
Oh
like to
my
share your
God.
story? You
That
wrote a
that
beautiful chapter.
Oh my God, that was so exciting that like as I was writing my essay and like we were editing it, I really felt like I want to do more with that. Like I realized how many other stories that I have that I'm ready to write my own book, like
I love that.
yeah, I never thought that because, the most writing I do is in the morning when I journal because that's part of my self-care, that I do daily and I don't skip it. But like actually digging into my life stories, I realized something that, wow, I've really had an exciting life up until now,
Yeah.
I cannot wait to have more,
Yeah.
like start a new chapter. And this is where like I have so much to teach the world, like it's
Yeah.
pouring out of me, because I know I've been through so much hardship, but the whole experience was so amazing. Leigh, you just created such a great group of like, how to pick women. And that's one of the questions I'll probably ask you because that will help me find my team because you really know how to choose people and you put in so much love into like the events and presentation that it was very life changing for me and being part of this community too. It opened up so many connections and so many beautiful, powerful women. A lot of us just sit there and, hold it in, but we have so much magic to show the world and being able to express it through just even this chapter opened so many chapters in my life. So I'm truly grateful.
Yeah, no, I love that. And you did write a beautiful chapter. And I think, again, every time we allow people in to our own vulnerabilities, the own difficulties we've gone through, but also counting our blessings, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things, I think we look at all the superstars, right? And we like want to see what their lives are like. But the most relatable are the women here who are building, who are entrepreneurs. I always am, it's ironic because I interviewed entrepreneurs for 2 years before I had the courage to become one. And it's still terrifying. I don't even know how you guys do it. Like it's a different level of life to be a creator in real life. I mean, I don't mean just like in an influential way, but to be a creator, not just a consumer. And so there's a lot of consumers, right? And I don't mean that in like a marketing sense. I mean, there's just people who their lives are about consumption rather than creation. And I think we should all push ourselves to that creative point. I think we should
Yeah.
all push ourselves to create love, create good energy, create, space for people to feel seen, valued, and heard, because I think that's what we're all here for, you know. And I too, I see women like you, and it's like you're not the one who's like, look at me, like camera in your face, because that's not your vibe. But you bring so much light into other women that it's almost your job to step into that light, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so this is one of the first podcasts that will air with you on. I mean, what is it? What was it like prepping for today, and what are some things that are on your heart?
I tried to prep and then I was just like, no, Ilona, you got it. Like, you live it. Like, why would you even prep for it?
That part.
Because there's so much coming out of me lately since, a year I really started my own transformation. And I decided that when my vision was born, that I'm gonna manifest and like live it. In order to
Yeah.
embody it, you have to live it, be that. And so for me, it wasn't that hard to prepare. I was more excited than, nervous because I cannot wait, to impact more lives. And just this week, myself started going on. I committed to creating lives or videotaping posts every day of giving women tips, on like self-care, things that I know and
Yeah.
I mastered, and I want to
Yeah.
start giving it away because the more people practice, I want to be more visible, not because I want to be visible. I want to be visible because I want to send the message that that's
Yeah. Help
possible.
others.
It's possible. We're so stuck every day in our heads. Should I be this? Should I be that? Like, what should I wear? How should I look? And, to answer your question, like for me, it was just like natural. Okay, I looked in my closet. I'm like, oh, this looks good.
And
This
it
is
matches. I
looking
feel
at
like you're
me,
very like the colors are all vibing.
yeah, it's just
Yes.
easy to be when you're like when you let go of the ego of what other people would look at me, just be yourself, and that's
Yeah.
who I am naturally,
That's
like
how I show up in a baseball cap, because it's like this is who I
yeah,
am when I'm not at events. I'm at events like, a couple times a month. This is I'm home, I'm
yeah.
relaxing, and I'm excited. I don't know if I've told you this yet, but we are launching a series. So very exciting. Not the big one that we're talking about because that's happening too, but in every city, we're going to do a little mini series on the authors that we've featured in the past. So LA is definitely on the list.
So
And you
nice.
guys, I've not announced that yet. We're starting in San Francisco. It's starting filming in August, and we're going to be peeping more into the lives of women and like seeing behind the scenes, seeing what it's like for you to be on set, seeing what it's like, looking for, backers for the project that is going to transform the world. And I think that that's so exciting. And, even just making
San
space for us.
Francisco is my home, that I still
Yes,
make
yes,
visits. I'm
yes.
bummed that I didn't make it into San Francisco book also because that's like really my origin. And every month I'm there too,
Yeah.
playing away. And
Well, there was a reason for it. Who knows? We have one also in San Francisco who's really in Houston now. She slayed San Francisco literally. She
yeah,
went all the way up in corporate, and now she's just taking that out to Houston. So she's also so we're kind of working through some of those details, but nonetheless, what a fun episode you are.
yeah,
And that's the thing also is like you do have things that will help and inspire others. You do pour into people. There are people who get to experience that with you on such a micro level that to give more macro exposure to that, knowing the objective, right? And that's so important too. I feel like so many people want followers, and I'm like, what do you want them to do?
Mhm.
Like, what do you want them to do? Like, are they there to validate you or are you there to be of service to them? Right. And if it's the second one, then content is easy because you just show up authentically important to people the way that you would in person. Getting rid of that fear of judgment. Everyone's judged and nobody cares. Like, it really doesn't matter. It's our own stuff. I always said that once I kind of started to get a following, you get haters in there, like, whatever. And I got really clear on the things I didn't like about myself. And I'm like, if somebody like called me fat, that would bother me because I always struggled with my weight, right? Within 1 week, somebody called me fat on the internet, said
Energy
fat
creates
bitch on a
energy.
picture. And I was like, am I going to use it to like motivate me not to get a Slurpee, or am I going to make peace with the fact that that's something in me? So I'm not going to fight the world to fight myself. Like, I have to, if the shoe fits, wear it. If not, chuck it out the window. And once that was released, then the fear of judgment went too. And also people pleasing, right? That had to go as well because I learned that that's like manipulative to just do what people want you to do to get along. Like, that's not it. You have to be clear on who you are. How have you changed in your own learnings and learning from people you also educate?
Well, I see through people, because I also have like intuitive feeling sensors, but also like I see fear, and I like try I I shift people's mindset, while they're in my presence. But I've learned a lot from like, there's like I want to help a lot of people, right? So a lot of people are just naturally toxic. So I give them a couple of, chances. And then, when I realize the energy is toxic, because it affects my other clients that I see after,
Sure.
so, and I like to radiate. But what I've learned, and, is just good to like listen
Mm-hmm.
what people want, and also like learn through their wisdom, because you're not the only one that knows everything, just share
That
knowledge,
part.
and just trust yourself, where you feel something, and then if somebody, there. But I learned a lot also from like traveling, because I do a
Yeah.
lot of high-end people, and I travel and just, like learn different skills from other stylists also.
Yeah. And that's the other thing I think is so important now with the way people influence. Like, when we think about content, like everyone's like, oh, what am I going to do when the camera's pointed this way? We need to turn it around and
Yeah.
point it towards all the other people we love, we respect, we appreciate. I mean, anybody who follows me on social, and please do, because you'll see a litany of posts from people I adore that I share constantly. I mean, I'll constantly want to share what you guys are doing because I don't have to work as hard and do content because you guys are all out there doing content, but you guys are fantastic. And why wouldn't somebody want to see, like, Amanda just announced her pregnancy on
I
CBS
know.
LA. So
Yeah.
yay, a shout out to Amanda who's having a
Yeah.
baby
Shout
girl. She's
out. She looks so
on CBS
beautiful.
LA. She was in Slaying Los Angeles. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So happy for her. But, that's the thing. I think, if anybody out there is struggling and they want, people to follow them because they want to pour into others and they want to really, they want that audience to show up, share people's posts, like their stuff, comment in a genuine way. Take time to pour into others realistically in your social because everyone's trying to have impact. So if you help
Right.
people make impact, and even the project, I mean, the project started as something I wanted to do in my town because there were so many women I felt like I never got to know. And we went to all this networking stuff, and I was like, "Hi, oh my God, you look cute." I show up. And then I was like, well, what if we did can I, because I like am interested. And I think that's also a lot of it. I wanted to demystify success personally. Like, I think when I really get down and clear on what the project was to me is how do I demystify success in a way that shows me that it's possible for anyone in any circumstance, right? And so to your point in traveling, you get to expose yourself to different people's lives and lifestyles and their behaviors and their psychology and all the things that comes with the human experience. What are some of the most interesting places you've traveled?
Oh my God. Well, not really recently. I haven't traveled because I've been so focused on business, but like in the past, like I've traveled with group of friends. We went to South Asia, Bali, like we went to Australia. I've been to Paris. I personally love, I don't know, maybe I have roots there. Like I love Argentina, Buenos Aires, and I love Paris. And I just love to be alone in Paris, walk the streets and journal and like drink coffee. And then it's like just the history. Rome, I personally like my happy place to go to manifest and ground is Tulum, Mexico,
Yeah, totally
where
Mexico.
kind of like where I am a grounded person with nature and stars, and I love sunsets and sunrises. So for me, like that beach has magic, something
How
like
far is it from LA, Tulum?
Tulum is in Mexico.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mexico is like, but you
Yeah.
can get there from California, can't you?
Yeah, you fly 5 hours to
Oh,
Cancun
it's
and then
far down
yeah,
in
yeah,
Mexico.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No,
It's
you can't
not
just
like
drive.
it's not like south
No,
of
it's the
Tijuana. It's like,
destination, but it's always been my destination to go for my birthdays.
yeah,
And the last time I went there was for my big 50, which was the beginning of my rebirth. I call it,
yes,
where I
yeah.
definitely was a magical trip that I went on, and yeah, it was a sunset and sunrise and eclipse and a big party with my friends and DJs and storm and lightning, everything and you can imagine. And that was the birth of my goddess. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. I feel like this Lionsgate for anybody who we're on the outside of the Lionsgate portal. We have 2 more days. Hopefully
Yeah.
I'll post this before the end of it, but I feel like I've been really intentional and I don't care if it's something that's just hyping me up to be intentional, but I'm like this is going to be my annual get rid of throw things away, sage, put
Yeah.
Himalayan salt in the bowl, let it absorb negative energy, make sure my money trees are like properly aligned in some kind of feng shui arrangement and get rid of things that don't serve me. And I think it's just important that call it self-care, call it just investing in one of my favorite philosophers. Love this two quotes. One, Wayne Dyer, if anybody's ever followed
Oh,
Wayne Dyer, the legendary Wayne Dyer, which is have a mind that's attached, open to everything, attached to nothing. So I love that. And then also, he got rid of all of his worldly possessions for like 1 year and lived in complete, like, he went and studied, like, I think something in Tibet. He studied and he got rid of all of his material possessions and literally recently like moving and stuff after 15 years all I wanted was to just throw things away, throw it away, throw it away, throw it away. Do you do that?
right.
Are you one to like
Oh my God, yes. I'm glad you asked me that because like after I moved to LA and I was in the process of moving from San Francisco, and I literally had one suitcase with clothes and I kept going between San Francisco and LA and staying with a friend. And literally, like, I felt the lightest I've ever felt in my life, just having that one suitcase, didn't have anything else, like I felt so
yeah,
free. And yeah, I just recently also with the Lionsgate portal, like a cable guy came in and he had to get
mhm,
into my closet to do like cable work. And I was like, oh, great. While you do that, I just took out that whole section, went through it. I have pleasure of like not just throwing stuff away, but giving stuff away to people that could use it
yes,
and enjoy it. Because I never like going selling my clothes. I don't even like donating, just donating. Like I like to donate it with purpose because
yeah.
like take it to somebody in need who I know like will benefit from it. So it's just been like great to do it, little sections at the time, feeling light,
Yeah.
cleaning up space, opening room, making new intentions. Yeah. I feel
I'm
so
not good on the
like
packing thing though, but that's where
no,
I'm not
I,
good
I
on the
still have
packing
a
thing.
lot to do.
I'm
You're
not good
the
on like packing for trips and not a minimalist, but
Oh,
I'm
really?
getting better in life. I mean, coming here, like just wanting everything, to start new and like build something that you love. So where are you based in LA? Remind everyone where they can see
I'm in
you
the
both in LA
West
and San.
LA. Yeah, I'm very close to LAX by the ocean, close to Marina Del Rey. So I'm kind of like in the border between Marina, Playa, and Westchester. So
And
very
then you're still
similar.
in San Francisco, right? Every month?
And I'm in San Francisco once a month for a couple of days because, after I moved, my loyal clients were very traumatized. They wouldn't let me go. So, and when I was inconsistent on my trip, sometimes it was like every month, sometimes it was every 2 months. One of my clients who like structure, offered to fly me first, and then he was like, I'll pay you a lot of money just to show up once a month, but you can exceed 40 days. So we're like, we have a contract. And to
That's
do
good.
that, I work at my best friend's salon hair play and while I'm there and I see other clients. So I have more consistency and I get to see family and friends. So it works.
That's great though. That's great that you really get a lot of California, right? So you get to
Oh my God.
experience like the mountains, you get to experience the beach, you get to
Yeah.
experience.
Sometimes I fly,
Do it?
sometimes I drive, so
Oh,
I
do you
just
do the thing where the little chipmunks are in Big Sur, like outside of Big Sur, the where the sea lions all are? There's like I don't know if I it's a,
yeah, I've never been there. Can you imagine actually?
oh, it's on PCH. So
Yeah, I never
obviously.
take PCH. I just take five.
Oh,
And I surround myself with activations and podcasts and I just go like I like to go straight and I use that time for more like connect
self-development.
self-development and connection, like talk to people I haven't talked to. I don't never have time to, friends and but yeah, I do a lot of like, coastal driving. Like I just drove to Malibu yesterday for the Lionsgate portal ceremony, and I went
I
to
saw you were at the beauty. No,
incredible house. These people have a gallery. It's like a museum of multidimensional art, and it's like I'm all into multidimensional energy and clairvoyance and all of that. And it was such an amazing experience in Malibu and, just driving through the coast. Of course, it's sad to see burned houses, but it looks like they're in development now. And but the place where I went, it was gardens and sanctuary, like, and then the art and the ceremony and the concert. I'm like so blessed to have so many communities that I'm a part of, that just like enhance like I had to let go of a lot of things, in order to get to where I am today, because it didn't serve me, but just being around it, like-minded people and communities, great. Like today, I'm going to this medicine woman that I'm a part of, where women get together and we do like sound baths and ceremonies. And today's going to be a rose ceremony. I can't wait to see what it's like.
yeah, no, I'm so excited for all the things you're doing. I was watching on Instagram that you went to the Lionsgate Portal 88 thing, and I'm like, oh God, I love California because California has things like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm in like retirementville. Like there's not a lot of I'm sure
Um,
somewhere there was something, but tell the people how to find you. How do they find you
Yes,
online?
so
Yes.
follow me on Instagram. There's IlonaR style and also Ilona Fabulosa, which is that's more where I feature my styles and all my hairstyling. If you interested in coming to see me, I'm in Westchester. I also offer private visits to your home, a special experience
Amazing.
as well for VIP. And if you're busy, I um. I travel to you. And then in San Francisco, you could find me in Hair Play, which is in the Mission area. I book appointments there, but mostly just through Instagram and Facebook, Ilona R Style. And I would love to
Yeah.
help you with your needs. And you could always reach me through my website, ilonarstyle.com. And yeah, looking forward to seeing and transforming, finding what's best for you and lighting up this world.
Yes, as you do, as you do. And thank you so much for coming on. Hopefully you'll come back as
Yes,
Cleo Palace develops. If anybody's interested in learning more about the project or
yes,
how they can get involved, you can always hit me up. I'll hit her up, or you can hit her up directly because you should be following her by now. And just so they know, it's Ilona, so Rstyle.
yes,
Right? Yes. We want to
yes,
make sure we spell it out, but also
yes.
we'll obviously tag you and all the things. Thank you.
Thank
We're
you
gonna
so
keep
much for
talking.
having
Yeah.
me. Yes,
Thanks. Thank
I
you.
always enjoy you and your community. So thank you.
Big
Lots of
love.
love.
And I love your energy always. But bye for now, everybody else. And
Yeah.
I will stop there.
Thank you.